Hi everyone. Today I'm going to share with you on possible ways to expand your thesis. If you like my video, I encourage you to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Let us begin. If you look at the landscape here, it's actually a very big park, a botanical park that I'm in here. If I ask you to describe this park here based on the scenery here, you probably use 500 words, 1000 words to describe. But what if I zoom into certain parts of this area? And I'm sure you are able to see things clearer and more detail. So then you are able to expand your explanation of this park. Likewise, when you want to expand your thesis, this is something that you need to think about. One of the challenges that many PhD or master's students face is after they have got the results, after they've written the chapter 4 findings and chapter 5 discussion and conclusion, when they give it to their supervisors, the supervisors will say, this is not enough, 200 pages is not enough, 60,000 words is not enough, go and expand. So if that's the case, what can you do? Well, the concept of expanding your thesis is very much similar to what I've just shared with you. Zoom into certain parts and look at the details. Now, a technique that I always find very useful is having a mind map. Draw a mind map of the whole thesis from chapter 1 introduction, chapter 2 literature review, methodology, findings and discussion, especially on chapter 2 literature review and your chapter 5 discussion. Look at the studies that you have reviewed and go deeper. For example, in certain concepts, for example, you have found 5 cases. Now, what I want to encourage you is look at these 5 cases and look at what other studies actually have cited these 5 cases, and look at all the other studies as well related to these 5 cases. That's where you might be able to find something new, something that you can expand on. But one thing that all of you must remember and be careful when you elaborate, when you expand your discussion, make sure you bring your readers back to what you want to tell them. That is your study. Don't expand up to the extent that you forgot your focus of your study and you brought them to different areas and then you talk about different things that are not related to your studies. So be focused. You expand, but you focus. Make sure you bring them back to where you are, your study. For chapter 1, you probably can expand the introduction and your background of your study. But you got to be very careful not to expand it too much that you brought the readers to other areas that's not related to your study. So you always remember to focus and bring the readers back to what you want to study. Another area that you can actually expand is the contribution. Usually you will place it in chapter 5, contribution of your study. You can look at empirical, practical, theoretical, and methodological contribution. For a video on these contributions, you can go over to my channel. I have a video on that. Now, chapter 2 literature review have a very strong linkage with your discussion, your chapter 5. So when you expand your literature in chapter 2, usually it will help your chapter 5 discussion because you have more materials to cite, more cases to cite. And that helps. So these two, chapter 2 and chapter 5, are interrelated. So when you expand chapter 2, make sure you expand chapter 5 as well. And another chapter that you probably can expand is methodology. But again, you have to be very careful not to expose yourself to unnecessary questions. For example, look at methodology. You might want to review past studies and look at what sort of methodology they have used and what is the methodology that you're using and what is the contribution. Well, this is a short video that I have for you guys. I hope you find this video useful. Work hard, keep persevering. There is light at the end of the tunnel. You will make it. Getting dark now. Gotta go home. See you in my next video. Bye.